she showed her true colors. One afternoon, she invited me for tea.
Tell me about your family. I heard your dad got lucky during the rebellion, but he wasn't aristocracy.
My mom is.
Ah, yes. And what did she accomplish? Only had daughters and is not well liked by her stepsons? How disgraceful.
What is your point, Lady Wang?
I'm just reminding you of your place. The only reason you've been called back was so the Emperor wouldn't have to visit that nunnery all the time. But do not be mistaken. You are not part of this world.
And then she started giving me so much work I couldn't keep up with it, and then complained about how lazy I was. Little did she know, I was used to palace drama and was prepared to face much worse. One day, Lee surprised me with a beautiful hairpin with pearls and small gold lotus flowers. I was walking back to my chambers holding the small present when I noticed Lady Wang scolding a maid for spilling some water on her dress. The poor girl ran with tears in her eyes, and I felt my blood boil. I knew what it meant to be beneath those of higher rank, both at home and at the palace. But then I got an idea. I followed the maid and gave her the hairpin. Lady Wu, I can't accept it. Sure you can. I want you to feel better. But I could never repay you. Just tell me the gossip you hear around the court. That's all I want. And so, I started befriending servants and lower officials in exchange for news. Soon, I had ears and allies everywhere. And that's how I found out Wang's envy ran deeper than anyone imagined. That night, I ran to Emperor Lee. You have to come with me. Now, we silently walked through empty corridors, and I told Lee to wait outside as I marched into Wang's chambers. There, as the informer said, she was performing some sort of ritual with a voodoo doll shaped like me. I knew you were a witch, but this? Why stoop so low?
Why? You spend too much time with the Emperor. I have to stop you.
Just then, Lee walked into the room.
Lady Wang, I'm very disappointed. You are far from the noble woman I thought I'd marry.
She threw herself on her knees, begging for forgiveness, but it was no use. Witchcraft was a serious charge at the time, so Lee banished her from the palace. Soon after that, Lee confessed his feelings, and I was made the official consort, the new empress. But, as Lee said years ago, a title alone doesn't mean power, and that became clear to me while I kept listening to the emperor's meetings with his advisors.